Okay, this is Lori, Marie, Liz, Brandis, Harley, and Gail, and we are here, so far the only ones here, for Consultant Mastery 101. Tonight we are going to talk about, well, this is always about basics, but we're going to talk about Memory Jogger and the new Consultant 100 list, what those are, how to add people to your list as you run out of family and friends, and how to talk about parties. And then Marie's going to talk about how she does her foot spa/spa party, which is a great one that she's shared with us on other meetings before, but I just thought it would be great for her to share with you guys because she's very good at it. Yeah. No pressure, Marie.
No worries.
So that's what we're doing. Okay, so first things first, I am going to show you where, actually, Marie, okay, so I'm going to show you where to find the tools that we're going to be talking about tonight. That's what I'll do first, just so you guys can get an idea of how to find things from Jafra Biz. Last week, I think it was, I showed you Jafra Royalty. If you go straight there to jafraroyalty.com, there's a ton of great information. But you can also access it straight from inside Jafra Biz if you're already in there. And so you're logged in here to Jafra Biz. I'm actually logged in as my husband, who is one of my consultants, because he has a very basic account. So it will look more like what you guys have. So down, which I think I've showed you, he actually has sales. So I don't know why it's saying no sales this month. I think there's some updates that it might be happening because Marie and I talked about both of our consultants, and Brandis, you were the one that was having an issue with yours. The sales weren't showing up. So I think that either they're updating something or something's going on there, but we're going to talk to Jafra tomorrow. So no worries about that. Okay, so if you're in your homepage and you go to My Business, you see all the places that we can go on here to work our business. And one of the things we can go to is the Beautiful Learning Center, which is on jafraroyalty.com. So from this inside Jafra Biz, though, you can go straight to your hub for all of your downloads, training, product pages, all of that. So where we're going to go tonight is to my training library. My business library has a lot of great things there as well, but my training library is where we're going to go for the tools that we're going to talk about. And as you can see, it has a couple different things, kind of headers, I guess. So under my training library, you can just navigate that way, or just right here on the screen where it says consultants, you just click on consultants because that's who you are. And there's a ton of things here. Now, if you're sharing this, if you've just sponsored someone and you wanted to share how to find this, you could go over to the link, any of these links here. We're going to talk about the Memory Jogger right now. So right here, if you click on link, you can copy this just by clicking on copy and then paste it into a message, Facebook message, whatnot, and it will send them the direct link to the PDF. So it's a really easy way to share it now, which is really nice. We used to have to download it, upload it again to our emails or whatnot, and it was just kind of crazy. So Liz and Brandis, I'm going to mute you guys for a little bit just because we've got background noise. But feel free to unmute if you have a question. Okay, so Memory Jogger, if we click on it, it will download it to our computer, and you can open it. And the great thing about this is it really gives you a lot of ideas or things to consider or people to think about that you might be able to talk to about the business. And Marie, do you want to go into that a little bit?
Sure. So first category is family. So, we have your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, and your in-laws. So that kind of is pretty self-explanatory. So anybody that's in your family. And then we go to your friends. So, what I love to do, this is what I even said to new consultants when they say, I don't have any friends. I'd say, how many friends do you have on Facebook? And they're like, oh, 5,225. So you have friends. They may not be close friends, but you do have friends and acquaintances. So these are kind of where all those friends are going to end up trickling in somewhere in one of these categories. So when you talk about friends, you think about who, it just kind of breaks it all down for you. Elementary school, there's Instagram. How many friends do you have on Instagram? LinkedIn, there's Facebook, there's all those people too. So just make a list. Don't get discriminatory about, oh, she, or judgmental, or she's not going to want to do this because. Just put her name down there for now. We just want to get a list of 100 people, and then we'll go back and we'll kind of assess it and break them up into different groups, A, B, and C group, or warm, cold or freezing leads. We do things like that as well too. So just put as many names as you possibly can do that. And then sometimes, and that's kind of where you guys are, I think, right now as far as your list goes. But when we go through all those people, we may need to start thinking outside of that circle, and where are we going to find those people? So we start to think about, what do you do on a daily basis? Where do you go on a daily basis? Who are some of the people that you may see? For example, when you go to the bank, or when you go to the doctor's office, when you go to your coffee shop, maybe you go to the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru and the same girl waits on you every single day, and you're thinking, wow, she's just so nice. I really should talk to her about Jeff, or I should give her a sample, or I should give her a business card. So just write her name down. Your hair salon, your nail salon, anywhere. When you think about what you're doing during the day for the week, where are you going where you're going to meet people? And, we just want to see people. We want to STP. We want to see the people. Okay. And you would be surprised when you really sit down and think about intentionally where you go, and you see quite a few people. The only time you're not going to see people is if you stay in your house. And then you're not going to physically see people, but you can definitely see people online in the virtual world. So that's kind of fun because, when you go different places, you'll see different people, different days of the week, or different times of the month, or different times of the year. So that's a lot of fun to do as well, too. And then we can break it down even further. Who do you know by their profession, or actually they're going here by their hair color, or by their job. So what it does, this list just kind of makes you stop and think about who do you know. And some people may fall into more than one category, but that's okay. But you may not have thought of your friend from grammar school who maybe she wasn't a blonde back then, but she's a blonde now. You say, oh yeah, that's right. So here I have to connect with her two different ways. And then we go to the last category once again, is who do you know who has had a baby, or who loves to party, or who loves to lead, or who's moved across the street. But once again, it just kind of gets you, because sometimes when we start thinking, we get stuck in this little box and we can't think past those perimeters. So this list kind of gives you the resources, and it gives you just that as it's called, a memory jogger, just to kind of think outside of the box. Because once, we don't want you to get stuck inside the box, because then the box starts to close. So we want your box to get bigger, 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 bigger. So that's what this is. And I'm telling you, it works at all stages in your Jaffer career. Like I said, I've been doing this over 20 years and I still use this list because different things happen. I haven't bought a car in, 5 years, 10 years. So now maybe I'm getting ready to buy a car. So there's a whole new avenue for me as well too. So just kind of go through it. And once again, like I said, just write the names down and don't judge it. Just write their name down. Mm-hmm. And then the list is right there, your contact list.
Exactly. And this is the same idea, kind of the same idea, just not as many details. But it gives you 20 spots for each of these 100 names. And if you think of it in the sense that, if we just say, go out and make a list of 100 people, you're going to feel completely overwhelmed. Like that sounds completely impossible to do. But if you break it down, and they did it as an acronym for JAFRA, so jobs, acquaintances, friends, relatives, and activities. And again, it talks about the gym, school groups, your in-laws, your cousins, blah, blah, blah. But this is, especially at your guys' stage, this is something that you can really do. And if you overlap, or you put 10 on one and 30 on another, doesn't really matter. The point is to get 100 names and have a place to start from. And it makes you feel a lot more confident when you think, okay, I really do have 100 people, or I have 50 people, or whatever it is that I can contact now. And it doesn't mean that, and they might just go, oh, no, thank you, that's fine. And we get a lot of no's in direct selling. It's not just Jafra, it's all direct selling companies. The averages are about that you're going to get either a party or a sponsor about 2 out of every 10. If somebody's going to say yes to something, they're going to say yes to a party, yes to purchasing, or yes to signing up. So that means there's 8 other no's that you have to get those 2. And you might get 10 no's in a row and then get 4 yeses. Or you might, it's not an exact, 8 and then you'll get 2. It's not exactly that way. But when you average it out, it really does work out that way. But if you never ask because 2 people said no, and so you stop asking people, you'll never get to your yeses. And they are out there. There are thousands of people who sign up as direct selling consultants every year. So why not have them sign up with you? Why shouldn't it be our company and our products and our commission structure and our technology that we have? I mean, we are so far ahead of so many of the companies out there, and nobody knows that if we don't tell them, right? So what we're just saying is that whichever way you use, whichever list you prefer, I mean, this is a list of 40 on the back of the memory jogger, but you can print this off multiple times. It doesn't have to stop at 40. And like Marie said, you can re-up it. You can keep doing this because things change in your life. And you're going to find new avenues of finding out. And that's part of the reason we do parties, is because if you meet Susie and Susie is, oh yeah, I'll totally host us a party for you. Great. Well, then Susie does the work for you and goes out and finds 10 of her friends. Then that's 10 more people that you didn't have access to that now you have access to. And then they have another 6 friends over here and 12 friends over here and 2 friends over there. And that's how you explode your business. So that's why we say you got to start with asking. And it's not, beating people over the head with it. It's not, calling your same person every 5 minutes. It's asking and offering a service. You're not out there, beating anyone over the head with Jafra. You're offering a service. You're offering to take the pressure of finding the perfect color, the perfect skincare program off of their plate. Because if you don't help them, they're down at the counter at Sephora with somebody who might know what they're talking about, or they're over at Walgreens standing on aisle number 5 out of 10 of all the color and skincare and everything else. I mean, you guys have been there. And before I knew any better, that's where I went. It was Walgreens or Fred Meyer or whatever. You're standing in the aisle looking at all these choices going, oh my gosh, I don't even know. That looks like it might work. And then you take it home and it doesn't. And you can't take it back, So we're helping people by offering them that service. We're helping them, taking that stress away from them. And we're giving them a service by helping them find the perfect thing that will work for them. And Jafra has a guarantee. If it doesn't work for them, they can return it or trade it in for something better. So it really is a much, much better for the client. It's always what's best for them. It's what's best for that client, what's best for your friend, what's best for the person you meet. It might be to be a consultant and get a discount because they can't afford the full price. It might be to have a party so they can get stuff for really discounted or free. And it might be that they're not ready for it right now. It's not a good time in their life. And that's okay too, because just because they're not ready right now doesn't mean they won't be in 6 months.
Right.
So what we usually say is, if it's no right now, can I call you back in a month? Or can I call you back in 3 months or 6 months or whatever, because you're talking to them.
I'll even ask, so when can I get back to you? When's a good time for me to get, if it's not a good time, when would you like me to call you back? And let her make the decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I like that memory jogger too, because it gives you a form where you can actually write down her phone number. You can write down her email. So you have different forms of contact. Because I don't know, for me, I like to sit down with my list and all my phone numbers, and then I just start calling people because I get on a roll, and my verbiage and my mindset is there, so it just helps me to focus. And I may even say, you know what, I'm just going to call 5 people right now. And then I call those 5 people, and whatever happened, I let it go. And then depending on how I feel, I say, I'm going to call 5 more. I never sit down and say, I'm going to call 100 people. You know what? That would never happen. I would still be at my original 100 list from 20 years ago if I promised myself I would do that. So just take different blocks of time that you have, because I know, some of you have other jobs, some of you have small children, some of you your life is just really hectic right now. So just take the little time increments that you have and commit to calling 3 to 5 people. I mean, if you called 5 people a day for a whole week, you would have called 35 people. So, think about that. And what is it? One out of 10 would say yes to having a party. So you in 1 week would have 3 parties booked. Times 4 weeks. I'm going to just get my little mental brain going here. That's 12 parties you have booked that you would have booked in a month. So, I mean, I'm going to tell you, there's leaders that don't even do that those amount of parties. So just break it down so that it's simple for you and it's not overwhelming for you, because we want Jafra to weave into your everyday life that you have right now. So like if you're sitting in the carpool line waiting to pick up your kids, I mean, I had to do that for my grandkids. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I never had to do this when my kids were little. I mean, we were in line for like 40 minutes just sitting in the car.
Well, waiting. Yeah, because if you don't get in line, you won't get there.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'm going crazy. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to make some phone calls while I'm sitting here. Now that we have the beauty of we have our phones, our cell phones that we can call anywhere. We can text anybody anywhere. And sometimes even texts, people will respond better to a text. Or you may have to contact them in more than one way. You may need to email, and then you may need to text, and then maybe make that phone call. So don't be discouraged. Sometimes I send out all these texts and like nothing happened. I'm like, well, maybe we got to call them now. Maybe, the text just wasn't working. It's so easy for people just to ignore a text, so just kind of know that, and don't be discouraged and don't overwhelm yourself. That would be my advice, just to take 3 to 5 people a day and call them and start there and see what happens.
And sometimes when you call them, they're like, oh my God, I've been meaning to call you.
Exactly.
They've got your text, they got your email, and they've just life on life's terms and hasn't been able to reach out to you.
Right.
So that
exactly
is real important.
Right. And don't be afraid of it.
Also, if you call, like, I know if someone calls, leaves me a voicemail, I may or may not listen to it. It's, right away. So I personally prefer text, because I know either text or Facebook message, I know I'm going to see it right away and I can most likely respond to it, or I'll see it later. But like Marie said, sometimes you look at it and then you forget that you got it. Right. So the other thing you can do is leave a voicemail, because sometimes they won't pick up the phone because they don't recognize your number or whatever. They think it's, a telemarketer. And you can leave a voicemail and then text them and say, I just left you a voicemail. This is Lori, tell them who you are. I just left you a voicemail. Just wondering if you would like to, whatever it was you said. And then they have 2 ways. They can either listen to your whole voicemail, or they can just shoot a text back to you. So it helps them to know who you are.
And nowadays, too, you can use Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of people, especially if you can't get a phone number for them or an email address, if you're friends with them, you can Facebook message anybody. So that's another way I like to contact people, too. And they do respond that way as well.
Because they have your photo, even if they don't know your name just by hearing it. On Facebook, they know they can look at and see exactly who you are.
Exactly.
And so they'll get a better visual. So it's good for that too, for sure.
Yeah. So there's all different ways that we can connect with people today.
Yeah.
Not a good old I remember sitting there when I started, it was the regular, the wall telephone with the cord. You couldn't even walk around your house. At the kitchen table and call people. Kidding me?
I'm stuck.
That's exactly what the conversation
there's no mute button or
no.
The kids are running around. You're totally just
exactly.
Yeah,
it was crazy, but it's a lot easier nowadays, girls.
Yes, it is. You guys are so lucky.
Yes, exactly. Do you want to do? You guys let us know. Do you want to do some examples or do some role playing, call me or Lori will pretend like we're your friend? I mean, so totally up to you guys. And we can just be really nice friends and agree right away, or we could maybe, because it's real. This is real. This is really going to happen. And I don't want you guys to get discouraged or to be afraid or get intimidated by what some of the excuses. So if you want to do some role playing, I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't know about you, Lori and Gail, if you're okay with that with them. It's totally up to you guys if you want to do that. So.
Or we can do the party and then maybe do that on the next
Okay.
or something.
All right.
I think doing the party would be good.
Okay. Perfect. Have any of you watched the Let's Party modules in Beautiful? Yes. She's muted. I can't hear her.
All right, go ahead, Brandis.
Yes, I've watched it.
Okay. What did you think?
I mean, it didn't seem like very realistic.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think it just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect, because every party you do will have a different dynamic depending on who the crowd is and who you're talking to as well. But I highly recommend that you watch them just so that you can kind of understand the process and how it works, and then you have to tweak it to make it your very own. So that's would be my suggestion is if you can go to a party with another consultant or your upline, go, because that's the best training. That's like on the job training. And you can just, be the assistant and go there with in the eyes, looking through it in the eyes as a consultant, as opposed to a hostess. Were you a hostess before?
Brandis, yeah, she signed up online. She's kind of.
I signed up. I found it. I was looking for like a company to join with for a long time. And I just, for some reason, when I saw Jafra, I was like, yes, that's it. I want to join that one.
Cool. All right. Perfect. Good.
She's on our team, so woohoo.
Hey. So, and I know, Liz, we met at a bridal show, but we had a party. So you kind of experienced kind of the flow and what kind of goes on at a party. So, which is a great experience for you. And not that you have to do exactly what I did, but you have an idea of kind of how it goes and how the product goes. But because we have so many different products, it's hard as a new consultant to decide, what do I bring? What am I going to show them? What do I say? I have to know everything about everything. So I'm not ready. And you'll never be ready, because there's no way. Even today, I can't tell you everything about every product, and I don't even know about half the products. So my recommendation is that you just share what you love. Mm-hmm. What you really love and you feel passionate about, and what you've used and you've experienced, that's what I want you to share, because you will be the testimony of that product, and if you can go, if a hostess is having a party and you can give her some samples ahead of time, let her try them, because then she can be the testimony of how wonderful the products are, because sometimes they'll look at you and they'll think, well, she has to say that because she's the Jafra consultant. She can't. But then I could say, no, Randis, really, I gave you that sample. So tell your friends why you like the royal jelly, so then that way they'll believe it more so, because you're their friend, which is pretty cool. But I think the fact that you want to have a party, that whoever it is having a party, is kind of testimony of itself that they like the product, or at least they're interested in learning and hearing more about the Jafra experience. So, and take the pressure off yourself. You don't have to be Miss Connie consultant. You don't have to be perfect. And always remember that you know way more than they know about Jafra. Even if you don't think you know anything about Jafra, you still know more than they know. So, exactly. Okay, so you know that that's your confidence that you have in the product, because you've already been with the company for a couple weeks, a couple months. This may be their very first time of even hearing about Jafra, so they have so you can tell them anything you want.
Well, and the other thing is, somebody, if you think about it, if anyone ever talked to you about Jafra, how much do you really remember about what they said? You don't. Like the girl that signed me up, I remember she talked for like 20 minutes, and I remember 50% discount, $600 in my worth of products in my $99 kit, which we had at the time. And that's about it. And then she put one little drop of royal jelly on the back of my hand. I'd never heard of Jafra before, no experience with it. And that was it. And I signed up. So there was no, she talked and talked, and I 5 minutes into it, that's all I heard. That's all I cared about. It was obvious there was no risk, because I was going to get so much value for the money I was spending. Right. That there was no risk for me. Right. And even if I didn't sell a thing, I just used it for my discount, I was still going to be in a win-win situation. So I was ready to sign up. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, so if you say all the wrong words and you only say a few things that connect with someone, And then they try it. They're going to remember how it felt, how it smelled, their impression of Jafra, and they're going to remember that you loved it, and whatever one or two things that they pulled out of what you said. So even if you say 90% of it totally backwards, mess up your sentences, have to backtrack, they're not going to remember any of that. They don't, that's not where they're there. They're going to remember how they felt and how you made them feel.
Exactly.
So
And
that's why we're saying just breathe and have fun with it and laugh at yourself.
Exactly.
You know, be willing to laugh at yourself in the middle of the conversation. It's like, oh my goodness, I totally messed that up, you guys. I'm so new at this. You know, let me start over. I'm going to start from the very beginning. And then, no, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? So, and we do the same stuff now. If we, I mean, we're not perfect. We don't go out there and we're not Jaffa robots. We're human. We make mistakes, but just if you genuinely enjoy people and you're having fun and you love what you're doing, they're going to want to be a part of that.
Exactly.
Some way.
Exactly. So I'm going to, because we have such an extensive product portfolio, I don't like to bring everything with me at my parties because then I get overwhelmed. So if I'm overwhelmed, you can guarantee that the people at the party are going to be overwhelmed and they're not going to order anything but a lipstick. So all this time and effort you put into your party and you have $40 in sales. That's discouraging. So I found, I printed out a couple of them. Maybe we can share them too as we go along. But remember in the I'm going to show it. I don't have it online, but remember they used to put these in the action flyer. Okay. So this was a 4-step spa experience party. So for you newbies, this is perfect because you only need 4 products to actually have to do this party. So you're going to need a bowl of water or a basin for every single every single guest. So you figure that out. Go to the dollar store, whatever you want to do. They're really cheap, and get them there. You're going to need a washcloth or a hand towel for each guest. I use Viva paper towels, the plain ones, because they're nice and soft and they're thick. If you want to do washcloths, go right ahead. Go to the dollar store, buy your washcloths. Some kind of relaxing music. It says CD, but I don't know if anybody has a CD player. But, just Google relaxing music on your phone and you can play it there. It's fine. And then a Jafra moisturizer of your choice. So I, of course, would choose the Royal Jelly Longevity Balm. Okay. You're going to need the spa mud masks. So do all of you know what that green spa mud mask is? You're going to need your ginger sea salt exfoliating scrub. Okay, and then you're going to need your royal jelly. So only 3 products, basically, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to introduce yourself. I like to have all the guests introduce themselves and tell me a little bit about themselves, how they met the hostess, how they know the hostess. Tell me something about the hostess that they think I should know. So that's really a fun little icebreaker to start the party with. And it gets me to know the guests in the room and it gets me to know the hostess, especially if she's new and I've only met her a few times. And it's nice because the hostess will hear all these wonderful things about herself that she didn't know that how her friends felt about her. So it's really a nice thing. And some people cry and like, oh my God, you do that. So it's really just a fun experience for everybody. Because once again, what we're doing is we want to create that experience for them so that the other people are at the party will want to have the same experience for them. Okay. So what we do is we fill up their little tub or their basin with some nice warm water. Okay. And we're going to let them soak their feet in the water. Then we're going to take that spa mud mask and we're going to have them put it on their face. Okay, the mud mask needs to stay on probably about 15 minutes or so. So we've got that really nice relaxing music playing in the background. Their feet are soaking in the nice warm water. They have their spa mud mask on. And then what I like to do is I like to have them sit back, dim all the lights. The music's playing. It's really nice. And have them shut their phones off, though, because that's worse when you're going through this and somebody's phone beeps or rings or got to put the dog wherever I've got to put the dog. So I let them go through. It's called The Incredible Journey. And I'll kind of read it to you. It really literally takes a few minutes. And this is all in the files in our Facebook group. So you can download this or you can even Google incredible relaxation or just relaxation scripts And there's thousands of them. And then you can just kind of pick one, whichever one you want to do, and you read it. So I have them sit back, close your eyes. I have them, so if you guys want to do this, you can. Okay, you can pretend you're at the party, okay? Because you'll get nice and relaxed. So if you guys want to sit back and relax, put your hands on your lap. I want you to sit with your head balanced, or slightly forward. I want you to place your feet in the nice warm water. Remember to keep moving your feet. Sometimes I bring marbles too and put them in the bottom of the tub. You don't have to, but it feels really nice because it gives them that massaging feeling. Because the sound of the water is going to help to soothe their mind. Most importantly is that I want them in this exercise to be very mindful of their breathing. Okay, so we're going to take a nice deep breath in now. Okay, expand your stomach and through your stomach. Release that breath very, very slowly. You're going to remember to take nice, deep, rhythmic breaths throughout this entire journey, because oxygen is the key to re-energizing you. So I want you to close your eyes and count to yourselves very, very slowly. 1, 2, 3. And I want you to imagine yourself on a beautiful white sanded beach on a fabulous tropical island. You see the beautiful blue ocean before you. I want you to listen to the waves moving in and out. And as you listen closer, I want you to hear the seagulls calling to one another. And as you look upward, you can see the beauty of the blue sky. You feel the warmth of the sun on your body. You let yourself see the gold, the yellow, oranges, the beautiful colors of the sun. And as you look outward, the sun is about to set upon the blue water. And as it touches the ocean, it illuminates brilliance. You can see the ocean beginning to envelope the sun. I want you to wiggle your fingers in the sand and feel the warm sun on your body. As you experience that warmth, the peacefulness, the calmness that surrounds you, quiet, restful tranquility is all about. Feel the balmy breeze blow through your hair. You can smell the ocean. You can hear the waves. Imagine the soft, pale color yellow. Taking a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, you see the soft, pale color yellow. And you repeat in your mind the word relax. Relax. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale slowly, you say to yourself the word healthier. You imagine the color green. Green is the color of the grass and the palm trees. You feel the sand surrounding you. You see that beautiful golden sunset. Now, as you think of the color gold from the sun, I want you to let it enter into the top of your head. And as it enters downward through your face, I want you to think positive thoughts. Love, health, peace, contentment, wellness, happiness, humbleness, hope, tranquility, serenity. The golden light is a positive energy, and you pull it in through your body, pull in hope and love, calmness. Let your body feel energized. You take the energy all the way down through your body, out the bottom of your feet into the sand. Enjoy the tranquility of the evening coming on. You see the sun as it passes behind the ocean, slowly going down. See the colors red, yellow, orange, and gold. I want you to bring yourself back. You are feeling calmed and rested, and stress has left your body. You have had a wonderful experience. So open your eyes. Roll your head, roll your shoulders, gently shake your hands and fingers, wiggle your toes, feel the softness of the water. And welcome back. Hello. Okay, so that's just a small little meditation, little journey, a relaxation that, and when they first start, everybody kind of feels kind of funny, but at the end of it, everybody just feels like, oh my gosh, that was just so wonderful. I didn't want to open my eyes. I didn't want to come back, so it just, once again, it's creating that really nice experience. And literally it takes, I think I timed it was like 3 minutes sometimes to actually do that. And you can cut some of it out, or once again, go online and find another one that you like even better. So now that they've opened their, they've come back, they have their spa mud mask on. So we kind of talk about what the benefits of the spa mud mask are, and you can actually find all that out in the Jafra product pages. But, it's a great clay mud mask. It can be used all over the whole body, helps to detoxify the skin and really deep clean the skin. It's to be used once a week. So now you're going to give them their little towel. They're going to wipe it all off. And you're going to, how does it feel? What do you feel like? Give me some descriptive words, because we want to get kind of like interactive with the crab. So you'll hear all different kinds of things. And then we're going to take out the ginger sea salt, my favorite product. Love this product. And we're going to let them put it on because their feet are soaking in the water. Now we're going to take the sea salt. We're going to let them rub it all over the bottoms of their feet. They can do it on their, bring it onto their calves, anywhere they have some dead skin, if they want to bring it up to their knees as well too, to help exfoliate that. And then they're going to rinse it off. Okay. Then they're going to remove their feet from the tub. Okay, and they're going to, oh, it feels so wonderful. And if you wanted to use some type of a lotion, like any of the olive lotions or any of the other spa products that we have for lotions, they can use that to moisturize their legs as well too. And then we're going to talk about what Jafra really is, which is the House of Royal Jelly. And then you're going to let them apply the Royal Jelly Milk Balm Moisture Lotion to their face. And that's it. There's your spa party. And you've only actually used 3 products. But it's the whole experience that you created for them, okay? And then I like it too because all these products are actually on special in the catalogs. When they open up the catalog, they can see all the different products that are on sale as well too. And then if anybody really wants to hear or wants to learn more about skincare, you definitely take the time and do that with them as well too. But what I say is, if you really want to experience the skincare, why don't you, Susie, why don't you have a skincare party? Oh yeah, I have a party, I'll come, we'll all come to your skincare party. I'm doing this with a group of women now. They just had a party 2 weeks ago, skincare, now they're having their spa party for their feet. This week too. So it's a great way to open the door and introduce the different lines of products. Or if somebody wants to hear makeup or see makeup, they'll say, did you bring any lipsticks? Say, no, I'm sorry, I didn't, but if you'd like to experience the makeup, why don't somebody here have a makeup party? I'll come, we'll play with it, we'll have a great time, I'll bring all my samples. So it opens the door once again to book parties from a party, because that's what we want to do, because all you really need is one great party to get your business going for the whole year. And you just keep booking off a party after party after party after party. And even if they wanted to do this spa experience again, instead of using the spa mud mask, you could use the gentle exfoliating scrub, or you could use the Malibu Miracle mask that we have as well too. So we have different masks that they can use for different types of parties as well too. You can do that. So just be creative and just have fun. What would you like to do if you went to a Jafra party? What would you want to experience? How would you want to feel after you left that party? And really, a party should, I would say, no more than 45 minutes for the demonstration, a half hour, 45 minutes. What would you say, Lori, Gail?
You start losing people if you go a long time.
Too far.
If you drag it out, they want time to chit chat. I mean, they're there for their girlfriends. They don't really know you. And it's good for them to get to know you and to hear about the products. But if you do that for 2 hours or something, you're going to lose people. Their mind's going to wander. You want to move from one thing to the next. Like even that, like she said, the whole text and the relaxation was only 3 minutes. So it's not like it's, a 20-minute speech. It's only 3 minutes. And, and sometimes you're going to get the crowd that's giggling and, doesn't ever really
Well, that's okay. I mean,
they're still having fun.
Right. I always say, you know what, you don't have to participate, but just to be mindful and respectful of the people who do want to. So you don't have to you don't even have to do it, but just be quiet so that the people who do want to experience it can experience it. And then I'll even ask sometimes too, because you can kind of tell when you walk into a party what it's the kind of the crowd. It's like, I have a little, relaxation. You guys want to do it? And they'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, no. And I'll be like, all right, we're not. So then your party's only like 5 minutes short. So, but just play the crowd. But it's just creating that experience for them, so that way they will want to get their friends together again and do it again and again and again and again. And if not them, then maybe maybe Julie. Remember Julie? Maybe she would like to do this. Let's call her and let her be a hostess. And things.
And sometimes this is their only relaxation, and they're like gobbling it all up and doesn't want to leave. So it's the experience that will get them to book again, because oh my God, I'm like, oh, it's time to sleep.
And I always said,
away from the kids, away from the phone, away from the husband, away from the chores, and just take care of me.
Yep. Yep, because I used to, when I was younger, when I was your guys' ages with little kids, I would be the one always to have the parties. I was always, Marie will have the party. And it was always, but what I love about Jaffa, and I say this at my parties, is that I love Jaffa because it's about me. I'm not buying things for the house. I'm not buying things to cook. I'm not buying things to clean with. I'm buying things for me, to help me relax and make myself feel good. So that's why I love Jaffa too, because it's all about you. We do have products for your husband and your kids and everything too, but buy for yourself first and have a party and get your free Jaffa box, and then go and get the free stuff for them. No, that's what I always say. But just making it fun and making it about, like Lori, like you said, making it about the hostess and the people that are there, what it's all about. So I hope that helped. Hope it sounded doable for you guys, and so that you don't, you're not afraid.
Brandis, did that help a little bit?
Yeah, that made me like relax over here.
Good. But do you think this is something that you could share with friends?
Yeah.
Perfect. You could even do something like this on Facebook too, like a Facebook Live thing. Have your friends log in and just kind of like do this relaxation thing, and then they wouldn't be able to experience the products, but you could definitely talk about the products and put them on yourself.
And if you're really organized, you could have people samples, in the mail and have them use them at, during the party. Depending on your hostess, if you had one that was near all her friends, or even if it's not, you can, if you know ahead enough, you can mail stuff out. You can mail a little thing of, of the soothing mineral bath salts, put in their water, and, ways of doing that if you want them to really, because the scent of them is a huge piece of the spa line, like that eucalyptus and the ginger and all of that. Just feeling that and then feeling it on their skin, it does make a difference. Of course, you can sell something without being live with them. Of course, people buy stuff online all the time, but when they have that little extra push of, oh, this smells so good, or it feels so good, you're more likely to get more sales, because that's just the way we are.
And what you could do too, I don't know, I'm going to put it out there, Lori and Gail, for you guys too. And this is for you, Liz, but if you wanted to do a party and you wanted to do it on Zoom with us, you could get all your friends wherever you are, log onto a computer on Zoom, and then we could do the party together. Just to kind of, share each other's confidences as well too. You could do something like that.
We could be undercover Jaffa consultants and just pretend like we don't know Jaffa. No, I'm kidding.
Power in numbers. We could be your plant.
Yeah. It just, with technology today, there's just so many different ways that you can help each other and share each other too.
Exactly.
So, yes. Exactly.
Yep. I was, while you were doing that, I was trying to find, because I've saved the monthly party little things like you
showed.
Yeah.
I
have them all the way back to 2015, or I have all the brochures still on my computer. I know. Don't ask. But anyway, I have them all. You should see. And so I'm going through all of these because I had pulled them out not that long ago and put them all in one folder. But can I find which safe folder I put them in? Of course not.
But they had like nail care parties, the skink. But the skink, do you know the trifold card that you guys got with your royal jelly kits? Did you all get those?
The daily dose or the nutrition?
Yeah. Well, let me show you. Only because that's a 4-step party right there too. Cleanse, your vitamin serums, your royal jelly, your solar protection. Really simple, very easy. It's all on that card, that full, bifold, trifold, duplifold, whatever it is, card.
Multi-fold.
There you go, the multifold. It's all right there, and I love it. And because once again, that's not how we learned how to do our parties, and it's so easy. And I am forcing myself to learn how to do my parties that way, because what happens is that it makes me duplicatable, because I'm not just rambling off all this information that I've known for years and years and years. And to a new consultant, they'd be like, well, I could never, she knows like everything about royal jelly. But if I just stick to what that card says, anybody can read a card and then show people product. And you actually can line your product up right in front of that card. You take the product and line it up there. That is just like, that's so simple.
Yeah. And like Marie said, being duplicatable, even for you guys, when you're doing a party and you're talking to people about the business, you don't want to be so complicated that the person watching you is like, there is no way I could do that. She has so many props. She has so many products. She has so much, this, that, and the other. So you really want to, for your sake and for their sake, like she said, you really want to be simple as possible, because it's not about all of this. It's about experiencing the products. Right. It's not about all the details. Yes, the details are great, but those can happen when someone asks a question, then you have an answer.
Right, exactly. Then this is the card I was talking about. It comes like this. Did you guys get this in your kit? If you didn't, you can order them. We'll give you the item code before we leave. But this is perfect, okay? So like step 1, there's the cleanser. Step 2 is your vitamin serums. Step 3 is your longevity cream. Step 4 is your solar protection. That's it. There's your party. Put your cleanser, your vitamins, your royal jelly, and your solar protection. And that's exactly how you do your party. And the cool thing is that on the back of this card, it gives you all the verbiage and the little hints that you need to talk about every single product. So this is your party right here, your skincare party. Okay, don't complicate it. If they want to learn more about product, great, that's fine. But this is basically what it is.
I had told Brandis too. One thing that I've done is printed off the product pages for each of the products and handed them out as people came in. So during the party, that they could read the selling benefits, or they could read the top, whatever it is, off of it. And because then it's you're involving your guests as well in the process. And so it's not just you up there saying a bunch of stuff, but it's them seeing it and reading it and talking about what the best thing they like about it or whatever. And sometimes that can be really powerful too. It just depends. But that card, the multifold cards, are awesome because they're just everything you need.
And we had the flip card. We had the flip cards.
Yeah.
The flip cards.
Yeah.
Those are good too, and those are easy because you didn't.
Yep.
Everything you need to know is right here. You don't have to think. You don't have to memorize anything. It's all right here. I mean, if you have, I'm not saying not to learn about it, because when we learn, it gives us that knowledge, and then knowledge gives us the power and the confidence so that we feel better about talking about it. But this is so simple, so awesome, and just really, it's a great tool. Mm-hmm. And the item code number is...
I was just looking, I'm like, where did I put that?
I have my order form. Your item code number... The Royal Jelly Nutritional Guide, the item code number is 51189. You get 5 of them for $4. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I highly recommend.
Yeah, I started putting them in orders because they're 5 for $4 or 4 for $5. I would put them in orders when I have someone orders a royal jelly set, because if it's not going to cost you that much and it's a really nice thing for them to have, and it's not something you have to do by any stretch.
Right.
It is really cool. Rochelle Varnes also put together a printable one that's just a front and back, and that one's really great as well.
Yep. Yes. Actually, I think the item code called the Royal Jelly Daily Nutritional for your skin. 3 different ones.
I think that's the right one. I just pulled it up online.
Okay.
51189, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. When I did that, it pulls up the English version.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So just don't complicate your parties. Keep them simple. Keep them basic. Don't bring everything. Don't bring the whole kitchen sink.
The 2-bag rule.
And even with fragrances, I don't even bring a lot of fragrances.
Mm-hmm.
I bring what I like, what I use because I have it. And in the catalog, there are a lot of the scent seals and the scratch and sniffs that are there. And you also get those strips in your orders. They're giving you the rose gardenia ones now. So use those, or if you want to invest in getting some samples, go ahead. But once again, it opens the door. If somebody wants to have a fragrance party, then you can do that too. Because we have the whole fragrance guide, and we have the color guide, just like we have the skincare guide too. So, but what do you love? What's your favorite product? And share that. And just share those products. That's what I would do. That's what I recommend to all.
Because it's like if you bring a fragrance and you don't like the scent of it yourself, and then it's like you're giving it to people, and almost like your face is going to be like, there you go, you know. I mean, not really, but
you ever go out to eat with somebody and they'll be like, oh my God, this is terrible, try it. Why would I want to try it? It's terrible. Like, you know.
Right. And you know, we have the fragrance guide now and the color guide, so even if you don't have something on hand, they can find it or get information about it. But the ones that you love, and especially if you know what's top sellers, so like Puri et Moi and Diamonds Blush and Exclusive and Exclusive Speed, and you know, there's ones that are just top sellers for a reason, because they really cross all kinds of different you know, chemistry types, because everybody, you know, when you put a scent on, if it doesn't mix with your body chemistry, it will stink. So, you know, if you don't like the smell of it, you probably shouldn't put it on, even if someone else loves it, because that means that it's not going to work for you. So, but when you have just a few, but you know that with Jafra, they're top sellers, there's a reason why they are, because a lot of people like the scent of them. So it just makes more sense to show those. Like Navigo is another one. It's actually a very high seller and has been for years. So, you know, and those are on sale right now. So, like she's saying, don't complicate it and don't take 15. And trust me, I used to be this consultant. I would literally take 4 boxes of products in my car to parties so that I would have everything there to sell. And it was so stressful for me and was miserable. It was way too much.
How do you think your guests felt, Lori?
Right, exactly. But I was just like, oh, I want to make sure I can serve everyone, you know, with any possibility. It was ridiculous. So now I have the 2-bag rule. Lisa and Cherie talked about that a couple years ago on a training. And the only reason it was 2 bags is because you have your foot tubs in one, and you know, some towels, and you know, and then you have a few products in the other, and your purse and whatever, and your forms, things like that, and you're good to go. And if you don't have every single product, again, that's an opportunity for another party, like Murray said. So and you can always get someone something, a sample later, if they don't, you know, if you don't have what they're looking for or interested in. So it's never, you're never going to ruin your party by not having 500 products in your stack of stuff.
I mean, take it from people who've done it before. It's complicated. It gets way overcomplicated.
And it's stressful.
You'll bring them all and you won't even talk about them.
And it's a reason to see them again and book again.
Right. So just keep it simple. And the key, I think we need to really, the action plan for this webinar is really to get your list and to get the names of people that because you kind of experienced Jafra. So now you want to be able to share that experience with them. So who are you going to call? Who are you going to do that? So I'm going to put out a challenge there for everybody who's on this call, that when you come back next week with your list completed, okay, that I'm going to send everybody a nutritional guide. Okay? So you can have one, but you got to bring your list. Okay? Because I think really that's where we start, because we don't have the parties because we don't know who to call. Like I said, you can go and watch all those modules and be on every single one of these webinars and watch recording after recording after recording and know everything in your head and in your heart, but you have to have people to share it with, or the information is useless. So we want to get you sharing the product with people.
Seeing the people.
Yeah. And you can do things like pajama parties and incorporate the spa party. So it's something that, like, if you think, you know, what would I want to do? It's like, Brenda, so you have little kids, right? So for you, it would be, I would love to throw some yoga pants and a t-shirt on and go hang out with my girlfriends in my socks, you know, pajama pants. I mean, that, right? That sounds way more fun than let's, you know, gut our house and dress up to the nines and come, you know, that just, to me, it's like, no, if I want to hang out with my girls, I want to be comfortable and I want to have fun and have some laughs and, you know, so it's just things like that. Think about yourself, because your group, the people that you're talking to, are responding to you because they like you and they connect with you. It might not be the same people I know, or the same people Marie knows or Gail. We all have different personalities, and we attract people differently. So,
and if you guys have little kids, I would recommend like getting a couple baby things, the baby line or the teen or the kids line, because you are women with young moms with little kids, and those things will appeal to moms. Like, oh my gosh, this cologne is so adorable. I forget my little girl. If you want to add on things, add on things that are relative to the group that you're going to share Jafra with.
Exactly.
I always
drink wine while we're sharing them.
Well, honey,
can we drink wine while we share Jafra?
Hey, you can do it.
Yeah,
It's your party.
Your party. I always say, listen, you guys, let me do the party first, and then I'll share a glass of wine with you. Otherwise, the party will never get done because I will never stop talking. Right. So let's do the party first. Let's get it done, and let me show you everything, and then I'll sit down and have a glass of wine, and we'll eat and drink and do all that. I said, I have the best job in the world because I get to come to people's houses, and they give me wine and food and let me share their house, and then they pay me and they give me money and I leave. So this is the best job ever you could ever possibly want. It's like a party. Every time I go to work, it's a party.
It's totally up to your hostess. If your hostess wants to do that, I mean, some hostesses will lay out a whole spread and, you know, alcohol 5 different ways and whatever. And other hostesses are like a couple chips and some sodas. And, you know, I mean, it's totally up to them and their style and their friend's style. But,
a lot of times it's cultural too. I know I work a lot in the Spanish community, and food is huge. Mm-hmm. It is like, and then you have to eat, because if you don't eat, then they are insulted. So I just say, you know what, keep it simple. Let's just do the party first. Let me do my job first, and then, because you guys are here to have fun too, and then do all that first. Because otherwise, I mean, you could be there 4, 5, 6 hours, and if you really don't want to, you know, you want to just kind of get in there, do what you have to do. Yeah. And then if you want to stay, because sometimes, you know, my parties, I'll be there for 4 hours, but the party itself is only an hour. We were just having so much fun after, you know, talking and, you know, having a good time. But
and then you're building that relationship, because that's, you guys are hanging out. But when you get the job, the work part done first, then everybody relaxes, and there's no more, it's not like you're trying to get their attention back, or, you know, it's
yeah. And sometimes they add sales on after too. They'll be like, you know what, yeah, why don't you give me, you know what, add that to my order too. Okay. That's always never a bad thing. I'm leaving, like, sure you don't want the almond set? Are you sure it's on sale? Okay, I put it on my order. Just charge it to my card. Okay.
Nice.
It's just about having fun. It's just about having fun and letting them have fun. And everybody, when they hear the word Jafra, I want them to have a positive experience. Even if they didn't buy anything, or even if the party was a bust, I just want them to have had a good time, so that when they experience Jafra or hear Jafra next week, next year, 10 years from now, they'll be like, oh, I remember, we had such a great time. That was so much fun. You know, and then you just go from there. So
they'll remember the experience before, like Lori said, what you said.
Exactly. And then as we get into the trainings, we'll go into detail, you know, about how to do the add-on to the sales and how to follow up with your client. And we'll get into the whole hostess prep and all that stuff too, because that's important to having a successful party with good sales that aren't, you know, that aren't a flop. Your parties too. So, but I think we really, right now, at the stage of the game, is we really need to have people to share Jafra with. So who are we going to share it with?
Mm-hmm. You know? Exactly.
100 people.
I mean, when you think about how many people have you shared Jaffa with in your Jaffa career, Gail?
Yeah,
Millions.
thousands.
I'm about to go live and do the face mask.
Do what?
And
Yeah, I'm about to make my husband do it with me.
Yeah. You know what's fun? I've done it before, couples parties. Those are a lot of fun because we have the whole men's skincare line too.
And the guys can, my
And
husband.
Royal Jelly is universal. Royal Jelly is universal. It's good for both, both types of skin. I did it. It was fun. We had a lot of fun at the couples.
When you do a couples party, you can have them like massage each other's hands or feet.
Yeah.
If depending on their comfort level, they can pick or they cannot do it, whatever. My husband keeps like, Lori, we should just do couples parties. And he's like construction, worker. He's totally a guy's guy, but he swears by the Royal Jelly skincare and body products. I mean, it's been on his skin. It's been great. And, it's doesn't smell girly or anything like that. And then the spa products, I mean, every guy, even if they work outside the house, soaking their feet feels good too, So, all of that's going to make them feel good. And then they're going to, then you just make it like a date party, It's a couples party, it's a date.
You got to bring some colognes. All men like colognes.
Yeah.
They all like colognes.
Yeah.
And they'll always go for the bottles that are the weirdest looking or the strangest looking.
Yep.
Yeah,
if you can get them to do a mud or a spa mud mask or something, I mean, that just shows your guys' personality. And then, do something funny like that. I mean, that's great. That's a lot of fun. Yeah. And it shows. And
it's good. I always, when I do the spa mud mask, I always use that example in that commercial where the guy, he's like standing there like this, and he's covered in a green mud mask, He's like, if my friends could ever see me now. But they are, it is. Guys, and the men's skincare, industry is growing and growing and by leaps and bounds because, men want to take care of themselves. They really do. And when they age, their skin ages a lot harder than ours does. We kind of age a little more softer, our skin, but men, they get wrinkles and, they have that rough, gruff, and I think it was Jackie Alves was saying our hair serum there. She has clients who use it as a beard oil. So
the argan oil?
Yeah, the argan oils. Yeah. So
lots of
be creative, have fun. It would be. I would love to hear about it when you do it. That would be fun. You could share with all of us.
Thank you, ladies.
We need to get out of the box.
Yes, for sure.
Exactly. Perfect. Does anybody have questions?
Marie, it's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you, darling?
Good. You won't see my picture because I don't have a bit of makeup on. I'm sitting here with a robe and my hair's in a towel.
I'm sure you look beautiful. I'm sure you look.
So you enjoyed the spa.
You're in the spa. Really. That's right. You're in the spa, Sarah. Perfect.
I caught your text message
good
a little later than what I should have.
That's okay.
I did want to check with you on one thing, and maybe it's in some information I missed. When are the almond and the royal olive oil resurfacing?
The olive oil is back.
Oh,
the olive oil came back on the 15th. The almond, we don't know. We're still to be determined. So. Yes.
Yeah, they said it would be 3 to 6 months. That was the kind of the window they told us. But, until they officially say it's coming back, we just have to assume it's not here for a while.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll check to see, because I had originally ordered some not too long ago. Then it was out as far as the olive oil.
Yeah, the olive is back, though, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on special next month, so.
Yeah, what happened with the olive is they had a sale on it, and then the almond was not available, so there was a huge run on it and way more sales on it than they expected, so they just ran out of their stock, but now it's back, so you should be able to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll double check because I didn't see it back ordered, although on my order in April.
No, they don't do back orders. They don't do back orders anymore. They just don't ship it, and then you have to order it later.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sarah, we meet here every Sunday night at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So if you know, we can log in and we get through some trainings and things too, okay?
Sounds good. A few minutes beforehand, I'll make this real quick. I was talking to a possible Jaffa rep
Cool.
in Philadelphia.
Oh,
And
nice.
he's actually, unfortunately, my sister-in-law passed a few weeks ago, and I more formally met him. He's my brother's nephew on my sister-in-law's side. At any rate, he is Spanish, and we're going to be talking tomorrow
Good.
in more detail. He's currently in the cosmetic business,
Nice.
on working at, I think, Macy's
Mm-hmm.
counter. He's been doing that for a while, but he's been working with people individually, and did
Nice.
a fantastic job on my my sister-in-law.
Oh, good. Oh, I don't want to say yay.
Yeah. Well, it was yay because she
Good.
had cancer and she was
Oh,
stage of that, but he did a great job. But anyways, I'm looking forward to talking with him. And
Can I send you? I'm going to send you a link tomorrow if you want to send it to him at 8:00 our time.
perfect.
It's Zoom platform like this, just a different meeting number. Jackie does it. I'm going to send it to you so that you and him can log on. It's an opportunity meeting.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to send you a link to a video he can watch.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You are extremely welcome. My pleasure.
Okay. Thank you for taking up a little more time, but I appreciate that.
No worries.
It's all exciting stuff. We're happy you're here.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, ladies. Well, we are past our 1 hour time that we like to stick to because we, yeah, it was great
We loved it.
hearing from all of you. Yeah, it was wonderful. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Marie, for sharing your party ideas. It's always great to hear it again.
Absolutely.
And
Sure.
wonderful. All right. Well, we will see you guys next Sunday night. Marie and I will put our heads together and come up with the best thing to train you guys on.
Don't forget to do your list.
And don't forget to do your list so you can get your little.
Even if you don't get to 100, just start it because you just got to start it. Once you start it, get your mind going. You'll be like, oh, yeah. Did you know? So.
Oh, and the one thing I was going to say about that is when you are going through your list, make sure you're taking notes of all the no's, yeses, maybes, all that, because when you keep track of that and you look back, you will see that it really is 2 or 3 out of every 10. Because, sometimes it just feels like everyone's saying no, or everyone's saying not now, or whatever. But when you go back and you look at that list and you start counting it, you'll realize that you really are getting yeses, and it's about that average. And it will start to make a lot more sense, and it will start to feel a lot more positive because you'll see that you are right on track and that people are saying yes. And, and if you get stuck or someone, you had a hard conversation, then you call your upline or your sponsor and you say, hey, this is the experience I had. What could I have done a little differently? Is there anything I could have said differently? That kind of thing. But if you don't ever start, you won't ever get them.
Remember they used to tell us, all right, I want you to get 10 no's. Call me back when you get 10 no's. And sometimes it takes a long time to get 10 no's because everybody kept saying yes.
Uh-huh.
So.
That's not a bad.
And like you said, tracking is important because you can call and meet people, but if you don't have it in writing, tangible that you can see, you just kind of,
I
don't know anybody.
Exactly. So
Oh,
good
thank
luck,
you.
ladies. Once again, if you have any questions,
Good night.
connect with your upline or anybody here. Okay?
All right.
Good night.
Night,
Thank you.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Lori. Bye, guys. Bye, Liz. Talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Bye.